Oh my God.
Oh, we're live.
Even when there's nothing funny, we still start laughing. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cubist. My name is Bill Corey. I'm the Cubist. I'm back. My internet is sort of holding together at the moment. Here's to hoping it continues doing so. And it's episode 99.
Oh, goodness.
I know, right? We're going to talk about episode 100 in a little bit. But hi, Patrick. How's it going?
I'm going great. I got a game this weekend, so I got lots to talk about.
Nice. That's what I like to hear. That's a good thing. Hello, slowly trickling in chat room. How's it going, y'all? It is 99. Yes, 99 frisch Luft balloons, as they say. No, episode 99 is here. Episode 100 will be coming. Again, we will talk about that a little bit later. But tonight, we are going to do a Review-Palooza, which is code for, we're just going to kind of talk about games we've been playing because we need an easy topic week. Maybe that's the right way to say it. Is that the right way to say it? We have an easy topic week. All Hillier all the time. There you go. Now, we will also, Miss Kimberly Rubio will be joining us slightly. She's running a little bit behind. So, Review-Palooza night. This is sort of how we normally have that first section where we talk about what we've been playing lately. The whole episode is going to be that. So buckle in. If you have any questions about anything, I will be keeping an extra close eye on the chat this week. As you can tell, I'm still in my makeshift recording setup here with the weird camera angle and whatever, but it's because I am trying something different to see if I can hold my internet connection together. So, all right, let's get the show on the road. No, I'm video. Are you? Oh, the camera's locked on Patrick because I did that. Hi, there it is. I had it locked on Patrick when Patrick and I were chatting before the show started. So there we go. Yeah, I got it. Hi, chat room. Sorry. This is, you know what? I'm new at this. I don't really do this very often. And there I am.
After 100 episodes, we'll get
99 episodes, and I'm just now.
Yeah, I'm still not seeing you,
problems, and the camera ain't one. All right, never mind. Sorry. Anyway, let's get the show on the road. I want to talk about just one game. Just one.
Just one?
Just one. Oh, see, I tried to do a Patrick pun, and I don't have the delivery. If you had made that joke, Patrick, everybody would have thought that was super funny. Yes, I know there's no lower
thirds quit working like 6 months ago.
No. My lower third normally works great, but because I'm on the other computer where it doesn't have because the only way I can get lower third to work is on Safari on my Mac. Go figure. Yeah. On a PC, even in Google Chrome, it doesn't work worth a crap. So anyway, we're going to talk about just one. Patrick, hang on. I'm going to put the camera back on Patrick so he can show you. Some high quality camera work right there, Patrick.
You know,
just
backwards.
One. For me, you go. No, it was also upside down, which is what the joke was. All right. Anyway, God, you know what? I used to think I was funny. Anyway, just one is a cooperative party game that the way that I view it sort of combines, you know what, every time I try to do one of these combinations and when I describe just one, it doesn't work. Basic idea is real simple. Somebody has a card facing away from them in front of them, sort of Hanabi-ish, and they have to guess one of the letters or one of the words chosen at random from that card. Everybody else gets to write a one-word clue similar to code names. But if any two people give the same code, then give the same clue, then both of them are removed. So I think I got that right. And then the person has one shot to guess. Mm-hmm. I played it for the first time at 5C a few weeks ago, and it was easily the game of that convention. It was easily the game that got played the most often. And I just played it again this past Wednesday up at my game group up in Sheboygan, and they had just gotten it and they didn't know how to play. So they popped it open. They're like, "Hey, Bill, you said that you played this, right?" And we taught it and we had a great time with it. It feels like cooperative code names ish, is the best way that I know how to describe it. Does that feel right?
Yeah. Yes. In that you're trying to think a little differently, I guess.
Well, and I mean, because it's like the one word clues.
Yes.
But the difference is that you're trying to think of a clue. And actually maybe categories is a better.
Yeah, that's more like, categories. Because you're trying to think of words that other people aren't thinking of.
but that are obvious enough that they will help the person guessing get to whatever the word is. And so you end up, and I think just one plays to my wheelhouse because I enjoy giving weird clues. Like when I'm the clue giver in Codenames, I always think that I come up with the most clever crap because I have this one perfect word in my head that relates to 5 different words, and then nobody gets them, and everybody just looks at me weird. So this plays more to those strengths in that I can say something really strange. Like I think we had one of them where
we had musketeer, and I wrote nougat, and I spelled it wrong. And my wife wondered what the hell I was talking about, but it helped. I mean, it wasn't good on its own, but I knew combined with other words that it would.
You know, I think that's a really fascinating way to point that out too, because in Codenames, the words that are chosen that are on those cards that you're going to make the 5x5 grid out of, I am convinced that those were specifically picked so that way each word can go in like 2 or 3 different directions.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of homonyms.
Right, lots of homonyms, lots of words that have multiple, like it's the same word but with multiple meanings, or so that way that kind of stuff. And I think that's why Codenames work so well. I think if you just did this with random words out of a dictionary, it would suck. Just One sort of does the same kind of thing. There's Kimberly. Hello, Kimberly. Yeah, how are you?
Would you like me to communicate with words?
I mean, you can do interpret dance if you
want. We're talking about Just One. Have you played it?
No.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. No, it's good. It is. Yeah. Should you get a copy for the group, Ben? Sure. Yes. I mean, at the very least, buy a copy for me, and then I'll pay you back for it. That's fine. I like it that when I have somebody that I get to game with that watches the show. So as I randomly talk about a game I wouldn't mind owning, suddenly it might show up. That's exciting. Kimberly Rivendell. That's a new one. I like that.
I mean, it is pretty light.
It's very light.
My biggest gaming adventures lately have been with some pretty light gamers, and this is perfect for that. Just any size group. I don't know what it plays up to, maybe 6 or 7. And you can just sit down and play it in like 2 minutes. That's the great thing about it is it's just.
And I think
we'll talk about something different in a minute.
Oh
that this is good for that group where it just sit down, it doesn't think at all, just write a word, right?
I think the other thing that I really like about Just One, though, is its addictiveness.
Yeah.
It is very easy to play 12 games of it in a row because you play the first game and you're like, wow, that was crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not really 12 games in a row. You're playing 12 questions or what, you're playing through the deck, but then you're very ready to play a second time. It just works out really well. So
right.
On the Cubist scale, I definitely think it's a buy it. I think that it solves the one issue that I have with other games like Codenames and whatever, in that Codenames requires a certain level of thinkiness that Just One doesn't require. Just One can have some players that are completely checked out and don't give a crap and are just being goofy, and the game still is fine, right? Like, I mean, the game still works. If you have a clue giver in Codenames that doesn't give a shit, look at me, then we're screwed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to ruin the game for both sides. And Just One doesn't have that problem. So I think it's a buy it. I really like it.
Awesome.
Hey, Patrick.
Bill, did you hear about the guy that had like 6 kids, and he was really hoping to have a girl, and then he went to the doctor and he had one more boy, and he said Sheboygan.
Oh, honey. No. No.
That's where Bill was last weekend.
I'm sorry for the 100th episode. Can we just an hour of Patrick penning it up?
Oh, there you go.
We could do that. We could do
one solid hour of
I
dad
just recorded
jokes,
like more puns tonight for Chris's show. So I'm actually running out of material, if you believe it.
Yeah, trust me. After hearing that last pun, we can all believe you're running out of material, Patrick. That was
that's like my dad's.
That was like a dad pun.
That's a dad
worse.
pun. Like, there's a Sheboygan, Michigan, and there's a Sheboygan, Wisconsin. So he would get it from either side, no matter which way we would drive. It's horrible.
That's real bad. We do not want 100 minutes of punning Patrick. I mean, maybe you guys do. All right, you know what? If you want that, maybe
that'll be an album. That'll be a Kickstarter album.
Maybe we can get a 100-minute mega mix of our friend Patrick.
What if we just do Cubist bingo mixed with Patrick puns?
Oh,
Cubist bingo mixed with Patrick puns. I'm down. I think Patrick's puns should be a square in Cubist bingo.
Oh, definitely.
Yes. Somebody, Ben asked, yes, I'm a dad. And I said, I don't remember what I said. Alan was home for lunch and I said a pun and he just groaned. Poor kid.
Yeah, well, kids are supposed to groan at dad jokes. So.
Yep.
All right, so that was just one. Weird. We've been here 9 minutes and we're
how many games have we covered?
One. One. We just shut up, Patrick. What game are you going to talk about, fool?
I teased this out. Let's get it over with. 1 year in a late Deep Space Nine made it from Pluto by shipping from Kickstarter. So this is a solo roll and flip card game. I don't know you don't write anything. You just roll some dice and place them, and make it through a deck is kind of make it through the challenges of a deck. So these you've got a spaceship that represents your enterprise or whatever, and then some bad things are flipped over by these cards, and you have to defeat them using your rolls. And depending on what kind of rolls you get, you can put them onto various places on your spaceship. They might be like, blasters to blast the bad guys, or shields to help defend you, or crew repairs or whatever. So I literally got it today. I opened it, played it a little bit after lunch, after dinner, and played about half a mission. So there's 4 different boards of different varying difficulty. So and there's different ways you can set up the board to ratchet up and lower the difficulty, not the board, the deck, to change the difficulty. So I don't have a whole lot to say on it. The way I was playing it, was the entry level thing with the entry level deck was pretty easy. So the only thing I also was having a little frustration with was just sometimes you'd roll some things and just have nothing to do that turn. That didn't happen very often, but
enough.
Yeah,
enough that you noticed. Gotcha.
Yeah, Daniel, I have that Star Trek dice game, print and play. That was probably a little more complex than this. This is just a really fancy version of what was a print and play. Okay. Also, I believe.
Yeah. So if I recall correctly, because I backed this as well, and my copy should be here tomorrow, according to my FedEx. Is this the first edition, right? Like, is there also a second edition or something like that? Help me remember, because I'm blanking on this. But there was definitely a second. All right, I'll look it up. Maybe I'll figure it out.
There's also another little thing that came with it. I haven't even had a chance to look at. A little tiny deck over there.
Oh, the expansion. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew about the maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was that the Kickstarter was to actually fund the expansion, and then there was also you could get the first edition, whatever.
Oh, John Detmer's on the thing. Hey, John. Sorry.
That's okay.
How does it compare to the Magnificent Race?
I would play that with you when you bring it to Granite Games.
I am bringing it. Yes, I know. That'll be the hot. We need to set up a tournament or something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm going to make the call for events tomorrow, the final call. So
there you go. Okay, so here it is. I just pulled up the Kickstarter page, and it is, this is a straight reprint, not a second edition, but then it has the new Long Way Home, or they were talking about the expansion or something like that.
It must be this thing.
Yeah, got it. Okay, got it. Yep, the Endless. That's the expansion. There it is. So the Kickstarter was to get the expansion printed, and also you could get copies of the original. Yep,
right. Which I haven't even opened. So it's Endless expansion for the Deep Space D6. Cannot be played without the base game. Anyway, it's a solid little. It's like a roll and write quality print and play thing. What's the one?
Yes. We think you're
with the cities that you pencil in.
Welcome to.
It's kind of like, that kind of level.
Okay. I still haven't played that.
Okay. Yeah, Daniel, it's a great airplane solo game. Yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of real estate. It's kind of small. The dice in it are really nicely engraved. I mean, it's really well produced. It's in it's great little magnetic box. It looks like a book. The dice are engraved. The only thing, the cards are a little flimsy feeling, but other than that, the boards are like really thick cardboard and like heavily laminated and glossy. It's a really, really nice production. So I don't have any issues with it.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm really glad to hear that the quality is good.
Yeah.
Because he was really struggling. Like, we got a lot of updates as somebody that actually sort of pays attention to Kickstarters, and Kickstarter updates sometimes. He had a lot of problems getting the artwork to get fixed, I guess, for a second print run. Like something about the standards of the way that it was being printed now were different than the original that he really struggled with. So I'm glad to hear that it turned out all right. So, all right, on the scale, buy it, play it, forget it, or burn it.
I can't. It's too early.
Too early? Okay. That's fair.
Maybe at like 11 o'clock. I don't know.
Gotcha. I backed a lot of solo stuff in my last Kickstarter binge. Like, I backed this.
It's the easiest to get played, right?
Yeah. Well, and also, as much as I enjoy solo games, I've discovered that if the game takes longer than about 5 minutes for me to set up, I'm just not going to do it. Like, I really like Anachrony solo as a great example, but
that's a bear.
Yeah, it's setting it up as a nightmare, right? Like, ditto with Feast for Odin. I love Feast for Odin solo, but once I have it set up, I better play like 8 games of it, because I'm going to be pissed if I put it away and then I never want to play it again. So I backed this, I backed Assembly, I backed Black Sonata, the Kickstarter for that, which is solo only. Assembly's theoretically a 1 or 2 player game, but whatever. I backed a lot of little Sprawlopolis I backed as a solo game.
Sprawlopolis I backed, yeah.
I figured out.
Jesus, hi kitten. Sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
The kitten just attacked me. Somebody needs attention.
That's fair. That's fair. I love Anachrony. Like, I adore that game. I'm talking to Daniel in the chat room. I really like Anachrony a lot. And I have a custom insert that I built on the channel, actually. There's like a 5.5 hour live stream where I built the whole damn thing from People Realty. And I really like it. I haven't played Australia solo yet, Paul. I'll get there at some point. I haven't had a lot of time. So, I mean, you can buy Sprawlopolis just through
their website from Button Shy Games. Bill's frozen up, so we'll just keep talking.
You can buy Sprawlopolis for like $10 through Button Shy Games.
Yeah, Daniel probably knows, but yeah, what is their newest one I just got?
Yes, Super Tall.
Super Tall. Yeah, Super Tall just came out.
Yeah, see, I feel
do you
like
have a game, Kimberly?
I do, yes. See how I started to say I should? I'll talk about Cahoots. Woo! Cahoots is a trick-taking game by Jay Treat. I played it at Metatopia for the first time. It's published by Mayday Games. It says 20 to 30 minutes, 3 to 4 players. So there's a variation. Oh my God, my cats are terrible. They're absolutely going to kill each other and me all live.
We can't hear them, so as long as they're not killing you.
Oh, you can't? Good, because they're going to take the tree down in about 4 seconds. So it's a trick-taking game where you have like this weird partnership. So the people on either side of you can partner with by playing cards out. If I can open the box, I'll show you. So you go around the table, and I think twice. I have played it. I just haven't played my copy, so my cards are still in shrink. And if you play like a 4 of clubs, you're trying to hint to your people on either side, because you'll have a partnership card that'll tell you can play this kind of partnership with the people on your right, this with the people on your left. So you lead out like a 4 of clubs. Hopefully your partnership with the person who has clubs, they will also follow suit and join you. They can choose to screw you over and go with their other partner. So there's like an interesting take that negotiation. You're like, come on now. And then at the end of the round, you can kill a card and take one into your hand. So you go around the table in a circle. You can either, Bill just texted me and said his internet's down, by the way. Mm-hmm. You can either select a card to pick it up and hold it, or you can kill one. So they go 4 through 8, I believe. Yeah, 4 through 8. So the cards look like this. And you'll have one to go to your partner on the right of you. So if you play any of those, you partner with them. If you play these ones, you'd be partnering with the one to your left. And it just gives a different weird partnership negotiation thing. I think it's like $15 retail. I really liked it quite a bit, actually. We played it, I don't know, like 10 times at Metatopia. It's a quick game. Enjoyable. If you like trick takers and a little bit different, I would suggest buying it. Cool. On the Cubist scale. And now we're just out of luck because there's no bill. So now we go after dark. Forget it. Patrick, take your shirt off. Bill is going to kill us when he sees this later.
Yes. Troy mentioned Gonson Clever Cult. I don't know if I've actually played it in real life. Have you?
Oh yeah, I played it. I have used sheets all over my desk right here actually, because I tried to clear out my box the other day.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Because I played it like 7 million times.
Okay.
I quite like Gonson Clever.
I have to ask what you're drinking.
Who?
Are you there?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's sparkly water.
Okay, because
I was cherry sparkling water. Do I seem animated? Are you?
No, not at all. Thank
Patrick.
you. No. I was watching Mike on Game All Night the other night. I think he was drinking the exact same thing. And I was like, what are the chances? Like all the greatest people drink sparkling water out of a blue can.
Flavored sparkling water out of blue can.
All right, I'm going to talk about a game because your Cahoots game looks similar to what I played. Okay. I played the Karpinski Caper, the Mansky Caper. I don't have a picture of it or the game because I played it over at Funk's. I went to Chris's game and game night, and it's a Calliope game.
Okay.
And it's a push your luck, and so there's like these rooms that you're going to go into, and you go into the room and you flip the card over, and it says, okay, there's a safe in there, and there's like 7 good things, 3 gasp cards, which are generally kind of something weird going to happen, and maybe 3 bombs, and you put these tokens in there representing those, and then if you're in there alone and you reach in and you draw out the money, you get all the money. Okay. And if you're somebody else in it, then you have to split it with them equally. Kind of like what's that, Lost Cities, where you have to, you're pushing your luck. But if you and you can go to one of the other rooms, but some of the other rooms you have to get a key from one of the safes before you can go into them, and it's kind of fun, like a push your lucks are kind of fun in their own right. But the one way it was a little broken was that there he's back.
There's a billiard.
There's 2 things. One, there would be these gas cards when you draw them would add more tokens back into the game or unlock some of the rooms that you left. And that's like putting money back in Monopoly. I mean, that's what breaks it, so the game just kept going. It didn't want to end. And we're like, well, no, we just want, it's fun, but we kind of want it to be over. We're done pushing our luck. And then there was this other rule where when you went back to the car and took the that you had collected and put it into your bag, to kind of safe lock it, somebody could come up to you and use these favor tokens things and say, hey buddy, and you had to like split all your loot equally between each other. So like all this work you had done, you lost because of this stupid favor thing, and then it all ended up averaging out at the end, and it had a couple broken rules in it. So we tried to look up some things on the Geek, and it was one of those. It was either a forget it or it's not quite a burn it, because it had a game there. It had something that we were interested in. At first it could be corrected, maybe with some rules adjustments or house ruling. I don't know, but from what we played, it was not perfect. So maybe a forget it. I don't know. Did Bill freeze again?
I don't know. Bill, are you a human?
He's back and he's frozen.
Well, kids.
Goodness gracious.
And I thought my internet was bad. All right. I guess I can review another game. I'm going to go with
the game.
The game.
I have that. I haven't opened that particular version.
Oh, Bill died.
Yep.
He died. Bill's back? He died. He's back, I think.
Yeah.
There he is.
Bill died and is returned from the dead. Zombie Bill has rejoined us, friend.
That's very exciting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm talking about the game because this is what's next to me.
Nice.
The game is designed by Stefan Bendorf. And currently it's published in the US by Pandasora. You can get this fancy dancy Quanshai Moria copy from Target. I believe it's Target exclusive.
Yes, it is.
$12.99. I'm pretty sure I was just at a Target.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean,
so pretty.
You've definitely talked about the game before on the
show. Oh, shut it. I maybe have.
No. You definitely have.
I possibly have. The game plays in 20 minutes, 1 to 5 people. Shush! Don't talk at me. This is what I can reach. Don't at me, bro. So the goal of the game is to play through cards relatively sequentially, going down on one side from 100 to 1 and going up on the other from 1 to 100. And when you play solo, which is how I generally play it, you take 8 cards into your hand and you have to play down a minimum of 2, or if you play in hard mode, you have to play down a minimum of 3. And the one rule that allows you to alter the direction in which it's going is if it is exactly 10 from the last number played. So if you have 17 on top of a pile that's going up from 1, you can play the 7 on it and then go up from there. And the goal is to get rid of all of the things, all of the cards if possible. I believe thematically in the lovely skull devil face version, it says that every card that you don't successfully play down is like a person stuck in purgatory or something.
Is that really what the theme is supposed to be? The original version?
It's something like that. It's a person who dies or a soul in purgatory or something charming. I've never had that version of it. I had a pretty custom deck.
Yeah, you had the Beth,
this one.
Like Beth Sobel's art, right?
I have Beth Sobel's, and then I have the Quanshai Moria as well.
I have it within
a game that I've played like 150 times. You can get it for $12 or $13. For me, it's a buy it.
At Target now, right?
At Target for this version, yeah. I actually don't love the cards, and I don't love the way the numbers are on them, the graphic design wise, but the art's cute.
Can we see?
No, because the cards aren't actually in the box. They're in my car in a plastic bag.
Got it.
Sure. Because they're always in my car.
Okay.
But they look kind of like this.
So if there is... Oh, hang on. Let's focus it on you. There you go. And what don't you like about that?
Sometimes it's difficult to tell which orientation the numbers are.
Oh, so like 6s and 9s?
Well, like, can you see the 66, 99, 99?
Yeah.
There's not like a line underneath it.
Or sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Got it.
Which a lot of games do now.
It forces you to assume that the top corners are correct. And then those are inverted. But if you happen to be holding it upside down, the big number will say 66 and the little numbers will say 99.
Yeah, the difference is the art, I guess, has a more clear, correct direction. But on first glance, I always check the corner, and that can be a little bit difficult.
Okay, side topic, because I want to real fast. Chat room, weigh in on this, because I really want to hear what everybody else thinks. I would grab a Sharpie and literally underline them myself. Like, I absolutely would do that. If that bothered me and it was just a deck of cards, I would grab a Sharpie and I'd be like, look at that. Fixed it. Problem solved. I know that makes the eye tick in like half the people in the board gaming hobby. They're like, wait, you would do what? But I used to quite often Sharpie games to make them more playable. As a matter of fact, I still do on a couple, like my copy of Bora Bora. I have the player counts on the little action tiles written. So no. I know everybody in the chat room is saying don't write on games.
I did it to Oracle of Delphi.
Look, okay, you have to do it in Carpe Diem. Okay. What other option do you have?
Okay, I haven't played Carpe Diem yet. So okay, so it sounds like, with the exception of Ben, who games with me, so that makes sense because we have marked up games together. Everybody seems like it's the worst idea in the history of ever. But I just here's the deal. I don't if that's the only thing holding me back from playing a game, I will absolutely do it. You know what I mean? Like if that's the one thing where I'm like, well, this is stupid and I don't want to play it, sleeve the card and Sharpie the sleeve. No way, man. Cause then I can't recover the sleeves. If I sleeve a game and then I decide I'm sick of it, I will de-sleeve it, keep those sleeves.
Oh, Jesus, Bill. What else is hard? What's the dice game? Bonanza dice. You can't even tell those dice apart.
Oh my gosh, yes, because
the white light and dark white.
Yes. Whew. Yeah, truth. This is valid. Wait, I'm trying to catch up on the chat here.
The game defacement gods have struck him down.
That's right. You have look. I'm sorry for those who have played Carpe Diem. They are the same freaking color. You just put a Sharpie on the back of the little thing. It's not a big deal, guys. They're really not dark green and light green. They're dark green and slightly less dark green. You don't have an option.
Have you played Oracle Delphi?
Yes.
You've got pink and red.
Yes.
Less red and red.
And slightly brighter. Yeah.
I know they're different shapes, but in a game they're not.
At least in that there's different shapes. In Carpe Diem, it's like, oh, that's a different thing. Yeah. Cool. And I always had to compare the dice in Warful Bonanza too.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
Yeah. The game defacement god struck him down. Chad. But
yes, thank you, Jason.
They struck down his internet. Oh, there he goes. Rest in peace, Bill. It was nice to know you. I hope your internet returns at some point because I'm not good at this. Hi, Patrick. How are you?
I am doing great.
Yeah, I didn't ask. Oh, did I say that? Yeah. I love you. You want to talk about Decrypto? We can group talk about that one. I've played that. Okay. It's behind your head.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that because, I was going to talk about it because we played it the other night. So, we have a monthly super light game night, and we're talking super light. I don't know how to say lighter than light, right?
Meow.
And
meow, not meow.
Yeah. So anyway, I busted out Decrypto.
That's not super light.
It's not. I know. This is kind of heavy for that group. And I got about 2 lines into it, and one of the ladies there just totally glazed over at me, like, what the hell are you talking about? And, the couple of the other people knew it and kind of wanted to play it. And we were kind of going, it seems like it's one of those games you just got to play. You can't.
So that little, I think there's a little QR code you can scan in the book that takes you to a 3-minute instructional video. That worked really well for a group that I played it with.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
We just did that. I was like, here you go. Here's my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to teach you. Yeah.
I need to do that.
Yeah.
But really again, after we played it like a minute, everyone was like, oh, this is cool. And we liked it. Yeah. And everyone had fun with it. And we had a great time. So
good.
It worked well for the group once we were in it. And it was just, the first step was just, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? But I was listening to something on it today, and how do you compare it to something like Code Names? It seems to have more going on. Code Names has a lot of time where it feels like you're, as the clue giver, just kind of sitting there going, I can't think of something. I want to think of something more than bear one. You know, that's the way I am. I refuse to do a one-word.
I try so hard not to as well with code names.
Right.
And then I kill us, but it's worth it.
Explain the game, please. I've never played it. Oh gosh,
you forgot that part. And
yeah,
say he will not be returning because his internet will not stay connected.
Okay, so Decrypto is a team versus team game, a la code names, a la whatever. So you have these screens, which have, I love it. Somebody described it as red lens technology, like it's something new. Okay, I've got like a '60s card game from Password that uses red lens technology, and it's definitely the rainbow. And you put 4 cards in there that have words on them, and then you'll draw a one of your clue givers will have a code thing in it, like that has 1, 1, 3, 4 say on it, and you're trying to get your team to guess 1, 3, 4 by giving them words that the other team won't necessarily guess what your words are. And you'll do that over several rounds. And they'll be taking notes and understand. They'll write down every time, every time he's given out a 1, he said this word, and then he said this word, and he said this word. So over time, they'll develop an understanding that, 1 always has something to do with pirates, or it always has something to do with, I don't know. Just through over time, they might figure out what your number 1 word is, or what your number 2 word is. And if they can do that, the team that guesses the codes, if they can intercept your code, they'll get the point. If not, you get the point.
Yeah.
And the team that gets 2 points first wins the game. It's pretty straightforward, that. So
it is. And like some examples, we had the word monster for one of ours, and one of my teammates put Kanye because I think it was Kanye. Correct me if I'm wrong, because it's a Kanye West song. I put cookie.
Right.